We're going to pick it up and have a little fun with it. Proverbs is a book of moral and ethical instructions dealing with many aspects of life. And the teachings in Proverbs will guide you to avoid pitfalls and ungodly conduct. Okay, let me get a while there. Proverbs would keep you from acting stupid. Basically what I'm saying. Yeah. Proverbs show you how to avoid dumb stuff. It really does. And there are 31 chapters that just speak to wisdom, that just speak to making better choices in your life. It's only in Proverbs that you find out why you shouldn't co-sign for somebody. Yeah. It's in Proverbs where you find out that it's better to be on top of the roof than to be in a house with a nagging woman. Yeah, you want to look at the sister and say, don't run the brother on the roof. Don't run the brother on the roof. Don't make him tear the roof off. Now, don't make him tear the roof off. I never heard that song. My cousin told me about it. But yeah, don't make him tear the roof off now. It's in Proverbs where you read stuff like, if you lazy, poverty will pounce on you like a thief. Right. Yeah, if you lazy, don't expect to have no money in the account. Yeah, so you're dealing with slothfulness in Proverbs. You're dealing with how crazy it is to hook up with somebody else's spouse or to fall into the lips of the adulteress and how she sucks you in, and then another man will enjoy what you built because you're going to lose your wife and all that stuff like that, and another man going to be laying in your bed enjoying all the stuff and everything like that you have built because you felt like you had to have this other person. Look at your neighbor and say, why you didn't say amen on that part? That was a good part. Why you didn't say amen on that one? So we're gonna be taking our time through this series. Today is just the introduction. I ain't really gonna preach. I'm just gonna lay it out for you and stuff like that. Today is just the introduction. So I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing Elizabeth Taylor told all 7 of her husbands. I ain't gonna hold you long. I'm not gonna hold you long. So we're not gonna stay in too long. You're just gonna, it's gonna be 31 chapters. I can't go verse by verse in each chapter. 31 chapters, can't do that. We'll be here all half the year. So I'm just gonna jump from places to places and just give you my favorite ones and give you the most important ones and the most popular ones and stuff like that. Okay, Proverbs 4:7. Let's just jump into it. Proverbs 4:7. It says this: wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So the first thing we see in the book of Proverbs is that it is a book of wisdom. That wisdom is a principal thing. What it's saying is wisdom is critical. Watch this. There's a difference between wisdom and intelligence. Yes. Oh, okay. So some of you know people like this, and maybe you was one of them growing up, something like that. You know who they are. Just by nature, they were smart. Yes. And God just gave them that good brain and stuff like that. But then you be looking at them sometimes, you be like, you smart, but you dumb. I mean, brain-wise, they can figure anything out. Math, historical stuff, all that stuff like that. They just catch stuff real quick, just very sharp in their personality and stuff like that. But they be dating dummies. And you be like, you got a degree, but you don't got a degree in picking out a man or a woman. You just be dating dummies and stuff like that, or be making all this money but don't got none. I mean, just smart but not smart, all that good stuff like that, because wisdom hasn't kicked in yet. Because there's a difference between wisdom versus intelligence. Now, do I want you to be intelligent? Yes, I do. But there's a difference between wisdom. Now, grandma didn't have too much book sense, because grandma messed up a verb and a noun. She'd mess up a verb and a noun real quick and everything like that. But she had wisdom though. She had wisdom. She'd be like, sugar, don't date him. Don't date him. Come here, baby. You don't need to be with her. You don't need to be with her. And you'd be like, Grandma, you don't know Grandma. And after you ignored her, you found out about 6 months later, Grandma was right about Pookie and Keisha. Yes. Yeah, because wisdom told her. Grandma would walk in the room one day and she'll just sniff. Somebody pregnant. And then you be like, Grandma wisdom ain't no joke. All of y'all go to the store and get a pregnancy test. Grandma don't be playing about them fishes. She'll be ready about the fishes. Yeah, and that's what Proverbs gives us. It gives us a book. It's a book of wisdom. Somebody shout wisdom.
Wisdom.
So verse 7 in Proverbs 4:7 says, the beginning of wisdom is acquire wisdom, and with all your acquiring, get understanding. Here's what Webster says about wisdom. He said it is accumulated philosophic or scientific learning, like knowledge, insight, or judgment.
Yes.
Good stuff, but at the same time, we're talking about that God kind of wisdom.
Yes.
Not that scientific type stuff. The wisdom that only comes from God.
Yes.
So what Proverbs is giving us? Good wisdom. Proverbs, I'm just introducing today. Don't look at me like y'all rushing me today. I'm telling you, I'm not going to hold y'all on. But Proverbs is written in such a succinct fashion. Succinct means get to your point quick. Get to your point quick. Okay. All of y'all got that cousin or that friend that be trying to tell you a story, but they come and it takes them 10 minutes or 15 minutes because they tell you the story before the story, and you be looking at them like, I didn't ask for the prequel. Just give me the story. Now get to your point, man. Get to your point. And then they go all the way around, but by the time at the end of the story, that's when you start doubting because they be like, I ain't lying. You be like, get to the story. That's how Proverbs is. It gets to the point. You'll be reading Proverbs and it say something like, a lazy man is stupid. Bam, that's it. You'll be like, yep, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's all it's gonna say. Lazy man is stupid. You be like, yep. I know somebody like that. Yep. It's not deep. There's no big words to it. It just gets straight to the point. Let's go to 1 Kings 3 and 5. Let's talk about the person that wrote the book of Proverbs, which is Solomon. Go to 1 Kings 3 and 5. It says this. That night, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream, and God said, what do you want? Ask, and I will give it to you. What if God woke you up like that and asked you that? And for real though, what would your response be? Don't be talking about more of you, please. Please, I can see y'all up now from 3 in the morning. You late for church. Let me get a Louis. Let me get Forever J's. Let me get some Forever J's. You know I like the J. Let my dad be played off. Lord, please let my dad be played off. If you don't hear anything else, let my dad be played off. I want always eternal appetizer at Applebee's. All that good stuff like that. No. If you had one shot. If he gave you one shot, what would you ask him for? And I know you're not crazy. You got some things that you want in life and stuff like that. I understand. I'll give him my list too. But if he gave you one shot to ask him what's one thing that you want, what would you ask him? So God wakes Solomon up like that and says, what do you want? And his response was different. Look at it in verse 6. Solomon replied, you showed faithful love to your servant, my father David, because he was honest and true and faithful to you. And you have continued your faithful love to him today by giving him a son to sit on his throne. Now, O Lord, my God, you have made me king instead of my father David. But I am like a little child who doesn't know his way around. I feel you on that one. And here I am in the midst of your own chosen people, a nation so great and numerous they cannot be counted. Give me an understanding heart. Ooh, boy. Pray for your pastor on that one. Because this is the same thing I be praying for. I be like, God, my prayer is, God, please show me. Give me the wisdom that I need. Give me understanding, because I got people who is depending on me to give them word. Not some hooping, not some poem and a joke and leave them empty. Some people got some stuff they dealing with. Some people need a word from me that's going to help them keep their marriage together. Somebody got dealing with some financial stuff. They're dealing with decisions and stuff that's weighing them down. People that's dealing with identity issues. Men that's trying to bust out of some stuff and need to do some stuff. But the wife ain't respect them and stuff like that. They need me to give them a word that's going to help them over this hump. So God, I need your wisdom to help me give them something that's going to help them sustain themselves. Not something that's going to make them go to a strip club. Not something that's going to make them go to the bottle and everything like that. Come home, beat their woman, cuss them out, all that stuff like that. Give me a word that's going to help them transform. Yes. That's the type of prayers that I be asking God and everything like that. Because, Lord, I'm not really that smart to be trying to do all of this. So, Lord, if I don't have you, I can't do this. Amen. So I need your wisdom. I need your understanding. Help me speak into your people.
Yes.
So Solomon prays for the same thing I be praying for and say, God, give me your wisdom. And can I talk to somebody that has been in a situation where you say, God, I'm going to need you to talk to me.
Amen.
Because the stuff that I'm dealing with now, I need an answer, Lord. Help me say the right thing to my spouse.
Yes.
Lord, because I got this child who was breaking my heart, and I don't want to act like they're doing wrong, but I don't want to say too much where they shut me out.
Yes. Amen.
Lord, help me with this child that I have. Help me grow them up. Help me build them up. Help me be an example to them in their life. Lord, give me wisdom to handle this man in my life. Don't let me fuss too much because I don't want him to feel like he's married to his mom.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me wisdom not to be so ghetto like my mama and everything like that, but I don't want to be a pushover like some women I know. Lord, let me be a man that know how to speak it to my wife, Lord. That let me know how to cover my children, know how to cover my family. Lord, help me be that type of man. Amen. Give me balance to handle stuff in my life. Give me wisdom when to shut up or when to talk. Because, Lord, you know I know how to talk. You know I like to get the last word in. So, Lord, when he's feeling down, God, give me wisdom on what to speak to his situation so he don't go off on me. Because of the stuff that he's dealing with on his job. Every wife and mother, every husband is thinking, Lord, give me wisdom on how not to make some dumb moves in our life. Because I'm quick with my thoughts. I'm impatient with some of the stuff I want to do. So I can make some moves or some decisions that can set me and my family back. I made a decision for me, but didn't realize it was going to impact everybody that's connected to me.
Yes.
Are y'all with me?
Amen.
Solomon asked for wisdom, everybody. Watch this. Let's finish verse 9. Give me an understanding heart so that I can govern your people well and know the difference between right and wrong. For who by himself is able to govern his great people of yours? The Lord was pleased that Solomon had asked for wisdom. So God replied, because you have asked for wisdom in governing my people with justice and have not asked for a long life or wealth or death of your enemies, I will give you what you asked for. I will give you a wise and understanding heart, such as no one else has had or ever will have. It is this Solomon that wrote the book of Proverbs. And when you think about Solomon, you look at a lot of, Solomon was paid too. He was paid. And when you look at all these little historians, theologians, people who want to study his life, they say he's still well rich than most of the billionaires that's on earth today. So this joker was paid. He didn't ask to be the most paid individual on the land. He didn't ask God, give me the baddest chick in the game that can wear my chain. He didn't say none of that stuff. He didn't say, give me the biggest castle. He didn't do none of that. He said, God, give me wisdom so I can help you lead your people. Yes. Brother man never asked to be the most paid individual, and God was like, since you asked me for me, I'm going to give you stuff that you didn't even ask for. Okay, I think I'm going to have a little church by myself this morning. I wish I could get people, and I try to talk to them as much as I can. I wish I could get people to stop asking God for more of everything else and start asking God for more of Him. Yes. Because when you ask Him for more of Him and everything like that, when you go after Him, He'll go after everything else that you need in life. Because the Bible said when you put the kingdom first, He'll add everything else to it. Yes. So if you ask for Him, He'll give you everything else because He's saying that you're making Him priority. Did I just say that right? Priority. This cat asked for wisdom, and God says, since you didn't ask me for stuff, I'm going to give it to you. How have you started your 2016 year off with God? Lord, bless my finances this year. Make me a baller this year, Lord. Make it better than last year, God. Lord, I pray, and you probably even prayed for some of your enemies too. Lord, I pray that they don't even get that promotion. Give me that promotion. They don't even deserve it. They even come late. I be seeing them sometimes, but I don't say nothing because I'm good like that. Lord, make this person this. Lord, help me with this. Help me with that. And all that good stuff. I have gave God my whole list of what I want before I even said, Lord, I want more of you. I want more of you. Lord, I just want to do better in my relationship with you. I want to try to put you first as much as I can this year. I just want your increase my prayer life. Help me be a better billboard for you outside of the church so that people can see you in me. Lord, help me. Help me. And by the way, there's no problem with asking for stuff for you. Amen. But here's where the problem comes at is when you ask for stuff for you before you ask for more stuff of Him. Okay. I guess we'll turn to Proverbs chapter 1 now. Proverbs chapter 1. Give me about 15 minutes, we're going to roll it. Proverbs chapter 1, verse 1. It says this, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to discern the sayings of understanding. Verse 3, to receive instruction in wise behavior, righteousness, justice, and equity. Verse 4, to give prudence to the naive. Watch this. To the youth, knowledge and discretion. That grabbed me right there. That grabbed me right there. To the naive. I be on social media. I see some of my members, my family, all that stuff like that. I be seeing some young girls I know in other places in life and stuff like that. And I be want to grab some of these young girls. And I be telling you, you're beautiful, but you're acting silly. You're beautiful, but you're acting silly. Stop giving these boys so much of you before you make them work for it. You're beautiful, but you're silly. Beautiful, but just silly for brothers. Just silly for boys. Come on now. And I be like, you should have a ringtone or something. Silly for me to think that I can have you. You should just have a ringtone. Silly of me to think that I 30 and over, that's 30 and over. So that should be their ringtone. Just acting silly to get some boys' attention. To give prudence, the Bible said, to give prudence to the naive, to the youth. So when I saw this right here, it tells me that I should be reading Proverbs to my children. Yes. And can I challenge all of you throughout this series, throughout the month of January, because what we're going to do for the month of January, we call it Everyday Wisdom. That you read a chapter every day of the month of January, 31 days, 31 chapters. You got to catch up because we know we're on day 3. So 2 chapters a day until you get to the right chapter and everything like that. Every day, just read Proverbs to your children. Just sit down with them and spend time in Proverbs with your children. When you come to church, I'll break it down for you. I give you what you need to know, what you don't understand. It said, to the youth, Proverbs is not a book just for the older people. Because the younger your baby can get a hold of wisdom, they'll find out why they shouldn't co-sign and mess up their name because they boys with somebody. Because they cool with somebody. We've been BFFs for so long, but when your BFF don't got no job, you stuck with the double payment.
Yes. Right.
Then let money come, you're going to test out your BFF-ness. So you can read it to your kids, understand. I've been telling my kids for a long time, don't get no credit card. Credit card be coming in their names, I be tearing it up before they even see it. No temptation for you. No temptation. I'm just getting it for important purposes. I said the same thing. Yeah, a little bit more debt later. Yeah, I just want to get some Christmas gifts. But something. You ain't no credit card at all. If you can do your best, don't put a credit card in your name until you're responsible enough to pay for it. Because you thinking you got the money until you realize next month when you get that little card or you get that little payment stub or whatever in the mail saying you got to pay for this. Want to be cool with your boys and stuff and get new cars and everything, but you don't realize that the new car smell leave, but the car payment's still there.
Yes. Right.
So it hit me. To the youth, knowledge. Shout amen, everybody.
Amen.
Stick with me this morning. Okay, verse 5. It says this. A wise man will hear and increase in learning, and a man of understanding will acquire wise counsel. To understand a proverb or parallel, what it say right there in figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. Here's the first proverb that I believe everybody may know right here. Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Let's just park right here for the rest of our time together. Watch this. That's the first proverb that leaps at me right there. The fear of the Lord. It said fools. The Bible said fools despise wisdom and instruction. But at the beginning he said, and the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The fear of the Lord, he's not talking about some type of trepidation, some type of, like you be scared of Chucky and Jason and Freddy Krueger them. No, not something like that. He ain't talking about that type of fear. The type of fear he's talking about, the type of reverence type of fear. Okay, some of y'all can feel me on this one. Everybody has or know that one child in the family that you can just look like you might whoop them, they get straight A's. And then you got the other child where you got to choke, slam, kick them, mush them in the back of the head, all that good stuff like that. You gotta do that. That's that type of child. I'm just playing child services. I'm just playing. It's a joke. It's a joke, child services. I mean, but people gonna be looking at the video like, does he really choke his children? Yeah. Some people choke their children. I ain't never choked mine, but some will though. Some will. Yeah, I had to attempt it plenty of times. Praise God, amen. Okay, here's the point I'm making. I want my kids to have a reverent fear of me. I mean, they hug me, they kiss on me, all that stuff like that. They love me and all that stuff like that. And then, but I do know when they do something wrong, they give me that look like, uh-oh. But I don't want my kids to be jumping when I come around. I don't want them to be shaky when they come around me. I don't want them to not tell me anything because they think I might backhand them. All that good stuff. So I want my kids to have a kind of reverence fear of me. That even though they do something wrong, they can still tell me about it. Are y'all with me? So we should have a reverent fear of God. Like we know that God loves me, grace is on me, but I'm not going to be playing with God too much. Because I know that God can get to the point where he end up tapping my fanny. That sounds so old school, though. They tap our fanny. Yeah, so I love him and all that good stuff, and I know he loves me, and I'm forgiven for my past stuff. And when I mess up and go to him, I know he's going to forgive me for it and all that stuff like that because he's gracious, but I'm not just going to keep playing with him. Like he's just going to continue to just sit back and watch me do what I want to do. All that stuff like that, so I'm not going to be playing with him. And then the Bible said that fools despise wisdom. Someone has truthfully said that the worst food is the old food. Okay. I mean, have y'all ever seen this 60-year-old woman thinking she's 18?
Yes.
I mean, she have a skirt on with her varicose veins hanging out, and she just be walking talking, hey y'all, hey, and she just be switching and everything, hey y'all, hey, all that stuff like that. Or you got them old players that be at the cookout with the red cups, you know what I'm talking about, and everything like that. Be 70 years old thinking they 19. Look at that, 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 look at that. That's your niece. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? All I'm saying is that with time and age, it should bring some type of wisdom in your life. It should tell you that if you're 60 with varicose veins, you shouldn't be wearing mini skirts no more. It should be telling you that if you like 80 and everything about you that used to look like Arnold is starting to shrivel down, that you shouldn't be wearing muscle shirts no more. I'm just saying, just wisdom. Wisdom will tell you that. Wisdom will tell you that. Praise God. Wisdom, that's all I'm saying, is wisdom. So my pastor be telling me, he been saying some stuff that kind of like been shifting my mind a little bit. He been saying stuff that's been messing me up. Never follow somebody that's not following somebody. Yeah, never follow a pastor who don't have a pastor. How you gonna tell people? How you gonna give people instructions but you're not taking them of yourself? Yeah, so never follow nobody that's not following nobody. So I need somebody in my life that's gonna tell me stuff that's gonna help me in my marriage. Yeah, because my pastor, he definitely reads more books than I do, so he always got something new to give me something for my marriage and stuff like that, and then whatever he gives me, I'll definitely bring it to y'all. But my pastor said this statement right here, and I'm going to break it down for you. He said that there are certain things I can't say to some of you because you're not at a place to hear. Let me break that down. Sometimes when y'all talk to me and y'all say stuff to me, that would trigger me to finally say a certain thing to you. Because now I know that you're ready for it. And now I know that you're ready to hear it. There will be times when I have to wait until you arrive to a certain place in your maturity or a certain place in our relationship before I can release information to you. You know, you got those certain friends that you just can't tell them they got a booger in their nose until y'all get cool. So you'll sit there and stare at it for a while. Yeah, you know you got that certain friend that you don't offer them nothing directly until you give yourself some first. That type of relationship. You gotta wait till you that type of relationship before you say, can you just back up a little bit? You can back up a little bit. Yeah, so you gotta have that type of relationship. So when I feel like you're there, I say to myself, okay, let's go there. Yeah, let's go there. Let me test these waters. I'm gonna see if they're ready for it. Because it was like at a certain time in your life, the wisdom wasn't there yet. It's like when you read a book and you read it because somebody told you about it. You start reading that chapter, like, I can't get into it, man. I can't get into it. You put it on the shelf. You hear about it again. About a year later, you get into it. You're like, man, I can't put this book down. Why didn't I read this before? I can't do, I can, because you didn't understand everything then. Because wisdom wasn't there, maturity wasn't there. You wasn't in it as much. So that's how it is with me sometimes when I got to deal with people, stuff that deals with parenting and stuff that deals with your marriage and so on. Because it's amazing. This is what tripped me out yesterday. It's amazing how you have great parents who often have children that act stupid. But then you have stupid parents who often have children who often have great children. Explain that to me. Child got a crackhead parent, dad in jail or left them, all that good stuff like that, crackhead parent, but goes to school, have good grades, have a great career, make it in life. But then you have parents who are successful jobs, who have money, who stay in the suburbs, in church, whatever type stuff, but then kids be out there acting crazy. So you got all of that in life. So sometimes good stuff happens. See, y'all not feeling me. Come on, now, talk to me in this way. So what I'm trying to tell you is, the way your child grows up and acts, or the way they're acting now, is not a direct reflection of how you raised them. Right. Or your parenting, because you can raise them in God, you can raise them in books, you can raise them, have them studying stuff, all that good stuff like that, and then turn around and you'll be like, what the world happened? Yes. Maybe I stayed by the microwave too long with you. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I was on that ooh-wee at the time and you just had a delayed reaction. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody got to make their own choices when they're growing up. Some of you raise a child right, but they're doing wrong. And some people know they want that great of a parent and all that stuff like that, but the kids will grow up and do better than the parents ever did. Right. Yeah. Because God will come into somebody's life and put his hands on them. And wisdom will teach you not to blame yourself for how they're dealing with life or take too much credit because they're doing good in life. Amen. What wisdom will teach you is to praise God anyway, because you're not that great of a parent anyway. It was God the whole time directing their life. Yeah. Somebody shout amen. Amen. So as a pastor, I'm always careful with my members that are older than me. And I thank you for respecting me as your pastor, but there's some wisdom that you have just for living that I don't have yet. So I'm always careful with those who are older than me and who give me that wisdom and everything like that, because even though they don't think I'm receiving, I receive all the time. I'm always listening to them, yeah. So as a pastor and stuff like that, I'm always listening to what people have to say to me. Yeah, they may not see it be implemented so fast, but, I listen. But that's not the type of wisdom everybody needs. Everybody needs to get a hold of this godly wisdom. All right? Look at verse 7 again. It says this: fools despise wisdom and destruction. Give me about 5 minutes on rolling. Fools despise wisdom and destruction. Everybody here has busted a fool's move. I know I have. I busted them probably last week. Yeah, so listen, there will be some stuff. There will be some stuff you shouldn't have to go through. Because when you embrace teaching and instructions, and people always say the best teaching is experience. But I say the best teaching is somebody else's experience. Because if you can see what somebody else went through and dealt with, you should learn not to do it. I shouldn't have to touch the stove to know it's hot. I should see you touch the stove one day and I realize that's hot, that's hot, that's hot. I shouldn't have to grow up and taste crack to know I can get addicted. I should just see my cousin Pookie and them on the street scratching themselves and know that's not the stuff I want to test with right there. That's not the stuff I want to mess with. Maybe y'all got crackheads and y'all kind of like I do. I don't know. I'm about to edit that. I'm about to put that out there. So therefore you think you better than everybody. Y'all crazy. I got to get a better church. All right. Let me see. So you gotta do that grace teaching. So you can have peace. If you embrace the teaching and instruction that God has given us through Proverbs, you can embrace peace more than a person who don't. Yeah, and peace is better than money. And peace is better than a big house. Because what difference does it make to be driving the best, to be having so much in the account, but you still don't got no peace at home? Then if you take the long way home, because you know when you get to the threshold, past that threshold, you're going to have to hear somebody's mouth. You take the long way home too, and you just be listening to your Keith Sweat. Just be listening, that was me right there. Listening to my Keith Sweat, taking home, just long way home, and everything like that. No, you don't want to hear all that, because you don't got no peace. Somebody shout, I want peace, I want peace. and anybody that gets connected to our church should have no excuse to. Because I'm going to teach you in a relevant way that you don't put you to sleep, that the Bible don't be boring. I'm telling y'all, when I be teaching these Bible stories, I be making y'all want to go home and read them, though. You be like, that was in there the whole time? I didn't know heifer was in the Bible. I did not know that was in the Bible. I'm telling you, I'm going to teach it in a relevant way. I'm going to kick this knowledge to you in a way that everybody who wants to grow and get better can do it. But it'll be your fault if you don't.
That's right. That's right.
Because you got to take what I say and apply it to your life. You got to take what this word say and apply it to your life. Because I'm going to teach on money. I'm going to teach on marriage. I'm going to teach on singleness. That's why I told you, I can't wait to do my grown folks teaching later on. I'm telling you, do a preaching teaching series called Relationships Uncut. I'm inviting all the grown folks out here at night, not the kids, because it's going to be triple X. I'm telling you, you don't want them out here. They're going to be at the dinner table. What was that? Daddy, what was that? So you do that type of move on mama? All type of stuff. And I'm going to deal with marriage, singleness, gay, down low, up high, buy low, buy, all that good stuff. I'm going to do try, all that good stuff. You know, you try anything, all that type of stuff. I'm going whatever. I'm just going to keep it real that night because people got stuff. And if you help me put the word of God in me, then I can get myself together. So I won't have to go home and mess up my marriage and everything like that because I don't know what to do. I won't get on my husband's nerves because I'm trying to be like my mama, which I know that's not the right thing to do. So I'm going to help you with this stuff, and you got to come and get it. How am I going to get myself together by this word? So teach on my money, pastor. Teach on my marriage. Teach on my nastiness. Teach on my mama and them and my cousin and them. And teach on my family crazy. Teach on my home of origin. All my cycles. So look at your neighbor and tell you know you used to be crazy. You know it. You still have crazy sometimes. You still have crazy sometimes. But grace. Yes. Grace. Y'all make some noise for grace. Yeah, because if it wasn't for the grace of God, I don't know where I'd be, so I don't have no room to judge nobody. I just thank God that he allowed me to see another day. Yeah. I don't have time to be pointing at somebody and all that stuff like that and putting them down because of the decisions they made. I made some crazy decisions. So what I was saying was, fools despise wisdom. And listen, when I'm teaching y'all stuff, I'm not trying to get anything from y'all as much as I'm trying to get so much stuff to you. When I do a series on money and stuff like that, I'm not trying to get anything from you as much as I'm trying to get a whole lot of stuff to you. Many of you have sat through multiple series that I have done on relationships that I have done. And I have taught you that if you will practice out loving each other, if you would compete and say stuff like, I bet I can love you better than you can love me. Yeah, I bet I can out-submit to you than you can submit to me. If we can stop being selfish and start being selfless, and I know marriage can be a trip, I know. But if you can get the word of God in the middle of your marriage, it'll be hard for somebody to pull you apart. Yes. And I know marriage can be hard, I know. But watch this. And I tell people all the time, it's not always equal blame. I'm not one of those pastors that do that. I'm not. One of y'all is usually more crazier than the other. I know it. I don't never say it's his fault more than it's your fault. I never take sides when I'm talking to people. I deal with the issue that you tell me about. If you have more issues, I'm going to talk to your issues more than I'm going to deal with that person's issue. I don't never take sides. I never put blame on one another, all that stuff like that. I try to get them to own their responsibility. Yeah, right. But you're going to have to deal with the crazy one that you have. Don't be trying to listen to your girl, you should just roll out. You should just roll out. I was watching that movie, The Longest Ride. You should know who you want. Please. And then they single. Or in their fourth marriage. And you taking advice. Forget that. And singles, oh man, singles be, I'm telling you. Oh boy, I'm always going to be hard on my singles in this ministry. Always. I mean, I'm finding out just jokers getting married, my brother. They get married. And then if you have the nerve to be telling me, when you know, pastor. When you know. And then it be the same couple coming up to me, well, pastor, we done. Don't go to the court system, but then run to me when you have issues. That's why I tell singles, I'm not marrying nobody until I counsel you. And I always go like that because I can tell once you get that little sex feeling off of you and wake up, then you're going to be like, you crazy. And you broke.